Well, looks like AEW Dynamite trying to be bad show tonight. Name my topic tonight is called Awful and Arrogant in Atlanta. What could lead up to AEW going into Australia? So much I to say. Before I start out with tonight's show, my review, I'm gonna open up the show with a little bit of music. Name my all of you remember this song. It's number one hit single from 1995 called "Creep" by R&B group TLC. Yeah, it was a single in 1994. It became a number one hit in 1995, 30 years ago. So stick around and get the music play up, break it down, review, and I'm right back. Oh man, oh man. Creep. All of you just heard Creep by TLC. Number one hit from 1995. Number one hit single from 1995. Yep. Creep. Let's get down with tonight's show. Break it all down. We kick off by Swerve Strickland, Ricochet, and Timeless Tony Storm before we cut to the parking lot. Renee talks to Jay White about his budding partnership with Cope. As the Switchblade starts to address the Death Riders just as they show up to confront him, Jay seems to like the odds as he sees rated FTR behind him, as we get ourselves a lovely brawl from the parking lot through the backstage area before making its way to ringside. Dex is on top of Wheeler Yuta as Cope battles out with Jon Moxley. Cash Wheeler is after Pac as White goes after Mox, but Pac intervenes to save the AEW World Champion. This leads to pain for Pac as FTR catch him with the Shatter Machine, but Claudio helps clear the ring of everyone but the Switchblade before he and Mox start laying in stomps. This is interrupted as Cope enters the ring as Rated R superstar Edge charges at Mox, only for Claudio to take the proverbial bullet instead, being laid out with a spear by Cope. Mox and the rest of the Death Riders leave through the crowd as Cope grabs a microphone, calling out the world champion for a title shot at Revolution. This riles up Mox enough to clear it and close the ringside for the microphone and tells Cope that he deserves nothing and gets nothing. The answer is no. He steps away until Jay White grabs the mic from Cope, calling out Mox and Claudio for a brains-burning fight. Tag match at Grand Slam Australia. Instead, Cope's music hits as we left to wonder if the challenge has been accepted by the Death Riders. Commentary runs down what's to come later tonight, followed by a look at Collision at where the situation between Kazuchika Okada and Buddy Matthews leading to an AEW Continental Championship bout at Grand Slam Australia. We get further confirmation on what else is going down in Brisbane, including the Dream Team tag match of Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega facing Kanozuki Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Speaking of Ospreay, we cut to ringside where the aerial assassin heads down the ramp to a big pop from the crowd. We're about to find who is the newest member of the Don Callis family as Don's music hits some heavy jeers from the fans. Don has a microphone in his hand and an announcement to make as the crowd lets them know what they think of him. Callis says this man is someone familiar with, someone who went down the roads with him, Mark Davis. The crowd isn't quite sure what to make of this, as Davis heads down the ramp before this opening match gets underway. Here we go. Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis. Rare note of commentary here is Callis reveals he has signed with both the Aussie Open, sorry, a little Australian accent, to the family, with Davis still being out of action when Fletcher got on board. In the ring, we see Davis get the better of Ospreay on the earlier with his power, the crowd giving out to Davis as they are likely unaware of this curious development revealed to the broadcast audience. Davis, for his part, continues to put the beat down on Ospreay to a chorus of boos. Davis takes the aerial assassin down to the mat, keeping a knee on him for a close near fall before taking Will to the corner for some hard strikes. He seems to mock Ospreay with a United Empire taunt before continuing to attack, until Ospreay fights back, catching Davis with a springboard forearm that forces his buddy out of the ring for a breather as we cut to an ad break. Commercial break. Back from the break, Davis is back in control as he sends Ospreay to the corner before following up with a German suplex and a knee strike. Davis continues to beat down for a near fall. Ospreay manages to fight back, getting the crowd riled up as Davis leaves the ring, only to be sent to the floor with a dive by the aerial assassin. Ospreay heads back to the ring where he only goes up on top to be intercepted by Davis, but Will takes him down for a near fall. Callis approaches the ring. Davis is back on his feet, going back and forth with Will Ospreay until he drops the Will to the mat with a power driver for the cover, but Ospreay manages to kick out. The frustration is mounting for Davis, who removes the turnbuckle pad from the corner as he looks really to put the hurt on Ospreay. The ref notices this and starts to argue with him about it until Ospreay blindsides Davis with a hidden blade for the win. Winning by pinfall, Will Ospreay. Ospreay celebrates the victory much to the chagrin of Don Callis before Will gets a microphone. He runs down Callis, reminding him and the fans that he is teaming with Kenny Omega at Australia Grand Slam to take the family down. And Omega makes his way out of a Miss Omega chance, focusing on at Mark Davis on the ramp, as Callis seems to make a hasty escape for the moment. Omega addresses Mark Davis first, saying he does not understand what Callis has over him, returning his attention to the Grand Slam Australia match. Takashi seems to be held back by Callis and Fletcher, as Omega offers to get into this right now if they want. Otherwise, pack your bags to seat and we'll see you in Brisbane. Omega says it's been a long time since the people could really feel what he's been feeling. But now that he's back, that feeling is. But now that he's back, that feeling is back. After the match next week, people will realize the future of this company is not on the ramp, but inside this ring, he leaves the crowd in doing his catchphrase, and he bids them good night, mwah, and a goodbye, bang. Sound more like bangs more like DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. We get Big Pyro on the stage, which may have helped run the family off. We get to the family off to the back as Omega admits that even scared him. Commentary runs down the upcoming Strickland Ricochet match as Omega and Ospreay head up the ramp. Video package. After weeks of back and forth between the pair, the Swerve Strickland and Ricochet's paths finally cross one-on-one in this one-on-one encounter tonight on Dynamite. Then go to a commercial break. Back at ringside, the Hurt Syndicate make their way down to the crowd, chanting along with their theme. MVP says hello before introducing Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, the new AEW Tag Team Champions. The crowd cheer before chanting, "We hurt people," but they are stopped by the MVP, who wants to make this quick. MVP gives props to the private party, but they were in the wrong place at the wrong time going up against the Hurt Syndicate, formerly Hurt Business in WWE. He calls out the rest of the locker room, saying, "If you are a champion, to look out, as they will hurt you and take your title." In the meantime, business is open. If anyone wants to step up and face the champions, we get cut off by the music of the Big Bang Gang, specifically the Guns, who get a nice pop. The former tag team champions start to call out the Syndicate before MVP tells them to step outside the ring to state their business. The Guns enter the ring and introduce themselves before stating they are ready to take back their tag titles. MVP says he respects their bravery, and importantly, he respects their father, because otherwise these two would be choking out the Guns. But he is a businessman, so next week it'll be the Hurt Syndicate against a couple of ass boys. The Hurt Syndicate leave the ring, but the Guns restate just who they are as they look to gain back the tag titles they lost about 2 years ago, and if you're not down with that, they got 2 words for you: guns up. Somehow reminiscent of when Billy Gunn was in the Degeneration X when he was in WWE. Now we head backstage where Renee talks to the AEW TBS champion, but Mercedes Moné, we hear, is actually Harley Cameron's puppet. The two have a conversation about how Moné treated Cameron last week as we see the champ see the champ herself stepping out from her dressing room, And they tossed to Mercedes about Cameron picking up her first win in AEW. As a champ was still without a challenger for Grand Slam Australia. But Monet soon used that as a chance to run Harley down some more before leaving. And we go to a commercial break. We are backstage once more to see Renee talks to Hangman Adam Page about the Texas Death Match and Christopher Daniels having to retire. Page addresses the situation until Maxcaster interrupts, leading Page to taking out Daniels and seeing he'll be willing to do the same to Bones or Billy Gunn. But Page offers to put him in the hospital instead, forcing the best rapper alive to make his exit as we cut away. Back at ringside, the Hounds of Hell have been unleashed as Brody King and Buddy Matthews make their way down to the ring for our next match. Speaking of hell, my ears stutter for some torture as Don Callis' music hits for the second time tonight, signaling the arrival of Don Callis alongside Kyle Fletcher as Kano Suzuki Takeshita head down the ring as this match gets underway. Kyle Fletcher and Kano Suzuki take Takeshita versus Hounds of Hell, bound to Buddy Matthews and Brody King. Now we start off with Buddy Matthews and Fletcher staring down, the two staring at each other down before locking up. Fletcher takes control quickly as Buddy tries to fight out of his grasp. Matthews counters the pressure on Kyle, sending him to the mat as a result. Fletcher fights back to his feet, only to be sent to the canvas with a headlock takedown by Matthews. Fletcher sends him to the ropes before hitting a sunset flip, but Matthews nearly catches him with a running kick to keep him at bay. Tag made to Takeshita, who goes after Matthews until he is sent to the ropes for a tag made to Brody King. The two big men of the match go at it, sending the action to the outside as they lay into each other. Matthews and Fletcher go at it on the opposite side, leading to a bit of chaos as King goes after Fletcher and Takeshita, who chops against the barricade before slamming into both men with a cross body. Then he brings Takeshita up to his feet, laying the Intercontinental Champion with shots for prompting him and Fletcher back into a chair for another massive crossbody, sending him back into the barricade once more as we go to an ad break. Then go to commercial break. Back from the break, King is taken down hard as he looks for a tag to Buddy Matthews, but Takeshita keeps him away long enough to knock Buddy off the apron instead. He turns around and finds himself on the wrong end of the big lariat from King, brings the champ back to his feet only for Takeshita to catch him with a German release of a German suplex. But he is back on his feet just as quickly, trading blows with Takeshita until both men fall to the mat from the impact. The ref begins to count until tags made and Buddy Murphy and Caffrey who trade strikes until Fletcher tries to set Matthews up on the ropes for a DT. Buddy escapes the grip, sending Kyle out of the ring before sending him down with a dive to the outside. He brings Fletcher back into the ring for a meteor off the top rope, but it's good for a 2 count as Kyle kicks out. Fletcher versus a stomp with a half suplex into the corner, but it's fended off by Matthews, who kicks away at Takeshita as Okada's music hits. There's no sign of the Intercontinental champion, however, as Fletcher intercepts him on the turnbuckle amidst some heavy boos. Kyle gets out of the grasp before making the tag to Brody King, leading a massive running cannonball by the big man. Covered by Brody, but Takeshita gets the drop on him to break the pin. Takeshita brings Matthews to the apron for a pile driver, but Brody King intercepts him. This gives Fletcher an opening as he catches Brody King with a DDT from the ropes as the cover as Brody kicks out. Takeshita comes in for an assist as he and Fletcher lay Brody to Brody, leading to an assist suplex that gives Fletcher the pin as the win as Takeshita keeps Matthews away from breaking it up. Winners via pinfall: Kyle Fletcher and Kano Suzuki Takeshita. The family celebrates as we get a look back at Collision as Mojo and Kip Sabian only to deal with a beatdown from the Patriarch before Hook intervenes. Backstage, Joe was on a hunt for the Patriarch himself as he and Hook beat down Sabian and Nick Wang while hiding Christian Cage peeks his head out to the witness. Joe tells them to tell your daddy I said hi before they walk off. Cage seems least a little concerned as he checks on them before shoving the camera away. Back at ringside, MJF heads down the ramp to seemingly speak to the millionth week in a row. As the crowd shows the mixed reaction, MJF talks about how he had to teach Jared a lesson, which is that E in AEW stands for elite, not elderly. Now that Carney Schmuck is out of MJF's way, he can focus on getting back his Triple B, because ain't nobody on the level of the. MJF is interrupted as Max Caster rushes into the ring looking to hide from Hangman Page. Page's music hits as the Hangman stares down MJF, only to turn his attention back to chasing Caster through the crowd. The crowd tells MJF to shut the up as MJF tries to hit his catchphrase again after running the Page down. This time it's Dustin Rhodes. Where they call him the natural to me, the son of a gun. That was his theme in WCW. Goldust. Interrupting as he heads down the ring, Rose tells MJF to shut his stupid trap, running the former world champion for his remarks the past few weeks. He tells Freeman to keep Owen's name out of his mouth, or Dustin will knock his teeth in. Yeah, tell him, Dustin. I don't know why in the AEW had to have MJF do that. He tells MJF to stop talking about people's wives and running people down for the past drug issues, and something Dustin has been through. He is 16 years sober and has been through hell, but says MJF is not the devil. Dustin says he is the last of his kind, and when he is gone to the mold, it will be broken forever. He is better than MJF, and he freaking knows it. Dustin turns away, and MJF responds by giving Rose a round of applause for running Rose down. He mocks Dustin by saying it took him 37 long years to get him out under his dad's shadow. Oh boy, MJF, now you crossed the line. This seems hard to strike a nerve with MJF as MJF continues, saying after all that hard work and sacrifice, now Dustin leaves in the shadow of his little baby. Oh boy. Good. This sets Dustin off, and he blindsides MJF. He crossed the line, MJF, you piece of garbage. Cross the line. Shut up. Stupid, saying some stupid shit like that. I don't know why you had to go. You really had to go there, MJF. You really had to go there. Security rushes to break things down as Dustin goes after the former world champion who was escorted up the ramp until he rushes back into the ring to blindside Rose. MJF makes his way back up the ramp as Christopher Daniels confronts him, but Friedman simply walks off before we go to an ad break. Commercial break. Back at ringside, Mariah May heads to commentary for our next match as Queen Amarnada makes her entrance. Out next is Timeless Tony Storm as Justin Roberts states from the crowd that he's playing the role of Glamour Mariah May, and sure enough, using Mariah's music and glamour illusions as she heads down to the ring. We get a shot of May at commentary looking livid as Storm's arrival to the ring. The crowd is showing their appreciation for their performance as this match gets underway. And we see this match, Queen Amarnada versus Timeless Tony Storm. The two go at from the opening bell with the Storm taking Amarnada to the mat. We get a backstage peek at Serena D watching on as Queen takes control for a moment till the former champ sends her to the ropes. Storm is forced into the ring by Amarnada, who hits a big dive, sending Tony to the floor, and pulls out some extensions being used for the Mariah performance as we go to an ad break. Back from the break, Storm May is in control as he sends Amarnada down to the mat to the corner for a drop kick, but connects Tony Storm. But Tony only gets a 2 count. Both men are on their feet to trade strikes, with Tony Storm getting the upper hand. Amarnada fights back with a German suplex to send the former champ down to the canvas before connecting with a running boot to the Storm's face. She mocks the Timeless One for making the cover, but Storm kicks out. Storm heads to the Queen to the corner, running for a running hip attack, mocking the current champ as she drives Amina to the mat with a Mayday for the win. Winner via pinfall time was Toni Storm. Renee goes to the interview for after the match, and as Toni insists, we call her Mariah May. She mocks the champion and she calls herself the Woman from Hell. Stepping on the neck of the women's division, this angers the real Mariah to keep it enough to step on the apron. But a chance of which one's which only makes her more mad as she leaves up the ramp. Backstage, we hear once more from Dustin Rhodes that he promises to beat MJF next Tuesday on Dynamite. Video package: Bandito returned to AEW Collision and Collision ready to deal with the Learning Tree. We go backstage for a special live edition of the New York edition from the Alt, or as Brian Keith points out, appreciate Learning Tree, ATALT. ALT. It's almost sound like BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato, like a burger or something. The crowd chants outside Atlanta chant ATL hole in response to, as Jericho talks about Bandito being the most wanted, addressing the swearing from the crowd, telling him to shut the fuck up as he makes challenge to beat Bandito for a collision. Big Bill starts to address Powerhouse Haas, but Haas rushes out to go after Big Man. This leads a beatdown from the Learning Tree, but not only long for runners, as the runners run down to even the numbers. The New York Minute graphics are still up, and this goes down by the way, with Haas fighting off security before he and Big Bill step up to the ring with a stare down that turns physical and quickly. The action spills to the outside where Haas lifts Bill into the announce table to continue the fight. This continues till one of the camera operators is knocked down to the floor, seeming to cutting this segment black before we go to an ad break. Commercial break. We get a peek at backstage as the brawl from earlier is still being broken up before heading to the opposite ringside for our main event. Shred Strickland makes his entrance only to be blindsided with a chair shot by Ricochet. He lays in some more. He's into some more with his former champion, sending him to the ring as the ref checks on Strickland. He insists he's good to go, and this match gets underway. Shred Strickland versus Ricochet. Ricochet catches Swerve with a vertical and a cover, but Shred Strickland manages to kick out. Ricochet stays on attack, laying into Strickland as the crowd rings and boos upon him while chanting a reminder that he is in fact bald. Strickland fights back, and as the crowd chants, this is Swerve's house, but Ricochet sends him to the outside with a dropkick followed by a big dive onto the barricade. He sets up Strickland up into the barricade, but is fought off by Strickland, who catches him in mid-hurricane round for a powerbomb right into the barricade. The crowd is shocked as they chant, while Strickland drops down to the floor to preserve Ricochet into the corner. And he takes the turnbuckle pad off the driving leg of Ricochet into it, furthering the damage as we go to an ad break. Back from the break, Strickland are back into the ring, and Strickland is in control, and he heads up for a stir stomp. But Ricochet intercepts, sending him to the mat for a near fall. Chants of who is bald, Ricochet echoes throughout the arena as Ricochet goes back to the attack, keeping Swerve down and with some hard strikes. Strickland catches him at the ropes, powering out of Ricochet's grasp as the two straight reversals till Swerve takes Ricochet to the canals for the cover. Ricochet kicks out at 2, keeping the match going. Ricochet fights out of a house suplex, half in the house suplex, using the ropes to try to cloud of Strickland's grasp, but is dropped with a German suplex followed by a house call. Swerve goes up on top and connects with a Swerve stomp, covered by Strickland, but Ricochet kicks out just before 3. The action heads to the apron as Swerve sets up a Death Valley driver, but Ricochet fights out. Goes for a running boot, but is blocked by Swerve, only for Strickland to be sent to the floor with a German suplex off the apron. Ricochet sends him back into the ring for a 450 splash, but it's only good for a 2 count. Shooting star pressed by Ricochet for the cover, and once again Strickland manages to kick out. Ricochet heads to the corner for a spirit gun, but gets laid out with a house call instead. Swerve goes up for a swerve stomp, but Ricochet blocks him with a low blow. Spirit gun finally connects with a tough battle and ends with a Ricochet for the win. And battle ends in a tough battle ends with a win for Ricochet. Winner by pinfall, Ricochet. Prince Nana comes in to take John Swerve, but is shoved away as Ricochet steals the robe of the symbolic embassy of the embassy, shoving it off as he heads to the ramp. Confirmation of MJF versus Dustin Rhodes next week leads us to a shot of Swerve Strickland staring down at Ricochet, saying the robe looks good on him as Dynamite comes to a close. This was a terrible show tonight. Someone needs to shut MJF up. And does he not know that Dustin Rhodes is old enough to be his Dustin Rhodes is old enough to be his father? He's 69. He's born in 69, and MJF was born in 1996. Dustin Rhodes is old enough to be MJF's father. He come out here and disrespect his father, American Dustin Rhodes. Someone needs to beat some respect in this kid. It's terrible. How long are they going to take that? I don't know how long they're going to take that AEW Women's TBS title off from. Hold on a second. Drop something. I don't know how long they're going to take that title off from MJF. Mercedes Moné, and it's just garbage and shitty. And I don't know how long this is going to be in and how this is going to look up for Grand Slam Australia. So that's my review. Now it's time for something I like to do to all of you. Oh, got some. It's time for something I like to do. All you know what it's time for. It's time for. Hold on a second.
At Domino's, we're
a little ad break right there. Ad break. Hold on a second. Forget about the ad. It's time for Justin's timeline history of all the wrestling birthdays, pop culture, and some sports. All you hear that theme from Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. One of my favorite movies. I'm ready for its 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025. Because the movie was released on July 3rd. Yeah, July 3rd, 2025. It celebrates its 40th anniversary. And I'm ready for its. It's 1980. Yeah, it's released on. I'm ready for its 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025, and because the movie was released on July 3rd, 1985. One of my favorite movies. Let's get down and let's go to yesterday's February the 4th. Let's see. Okay, yesterday was a happy birthday to a happy 65th birthday to NFL legend Lawrence Taylor, who beat Bam Bam Bigelow's ass at WrestleMania 11. Referee was Pat Patterson. That was some of the worst match the worst WrestleMania in wrestling history. Chris Sabin of Motion Machine Guns, he turned. No, wait. Lawrence Taylor. Hold on, Lawrence Taylor. My mistake. Lawrence Taylor. He turned. Lawrence Taylor turned. Lawrence Taylor turned 66 yesterday. My mistake. And Chris Sabin of Motion Machine Guns, he turned 43 yesterday. Let's see what else. Let's see. Let's go to yesterday's night wrestling. Okay, All-Star Wrestling, All-Star, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait, this is February the 4th, my mistake, February the 4th, sorry. February the 4th, hold on. Okay, on WCW Pro 1995, February the 4th. Match card, Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Burt Styles, I don't know who won. Blacktop Bully versus Scott Steiner, I don't know who won. Then we go Super Vault 5 Control Center. And the feature on Flying Brian Pillman. Match card, just Wonder King versus Tony Vincent. And then we see an Arm Wrestling Challenge versus Dallas Page. Arm Wrestling Challenge versus Barry Houston. Dave Sullivan program. I know that Diamond DDP won that. Paul Rome versus David Rich, and Arn Anderson versus the Natural Dustin Rhodes on the WCW TV title. I think Arn Anderson retained. I think it was a disqualification on that night, that day. Let's see what else. And on WCW Worldwide, oh, there was no show on that day. See. Okay, on WWF Superstars. Featuring Vince McMahon and Jerry King Law on commentary, including the episode of The Heartbreak Hotel, in which Shawn Michaels was a guest. In which Shawn Michaels' guest was a life-size cardboard cutout of WWE Champion Diesel, known as Kevin Nash. Featured live internet news, singing by Stephanie Wine, included a vignette on Matt and Rock. The Rock talking about channeling his history into wrestling ring. Featured a WrestleMania 11 promo with Ken Norton Jr. saying, "I'm going to WrestleMania instead of Disney World." The Undertaker with Paul Bearer pinning Henry Godwin with 7-1 with a chokeslam. Montour with Jim Cornette pinning Gary Scott with a 147 bear held slam. The Bushwhackers defeated Reno Riggins and Adam Kroom at 2-1 at 212, which Butch pinned Kroom after a double team gustbuster. King Kong Bundy with Ted DiBiase pinned Bill Weaver in 109 with the Avalanche, and a fan named David Perez was guest ring announcer for the match. Duke the Dumpster Joshi and pinned Rick Lombardo at 137 with a trash compactor. Jacob and Eli Blue with double Zabakia defeated Butch Long and Jason Arnett at 240 in 2 hours and 40 minutes. When Long pinned with 2 minutes and 40 seconds when Long was pinned after a leg drop. Let's see. Let's see. What else? WCW Saturday Night. The Nasty Boys defeated Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker and Lieutenant James Earl White. Lord Stephen Willie defeated Al Phillips. Tony Roman defeated Paul Roman defeated Tony Santo. Tony Tom Morton and Brian Logan defeated WCW US Champion Vader by DQ. Jim Duggan defeated Bobby Hayes. Johnny B. Bad, we know, as Mark Merrill defeated Rick Matrix. Sting and Randy Savage and Natural Dustin Rhodes defeated Bunkhouse Buck, Dirty Dick Sir, and Blacktop Bully. Okay, let's see what else. Saturday night. Let's see. Now let's go to, that was 1995. Let's go to 2005 and Impact Wrestling. Okay. This is Impact Wrestling February 4, 2005. And this is leading up to the Against All Odds. P. Williams, the pay-per-view of Against All Odds. February, P. Williams defeats Shark Boy. AJ Styles defeats Buck Quillman. Jeff Hardy defeats David Young. Abyss defeats Lyle Lovett. DDP and Monty Brown defeat the Naturals, Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas. And a couple of movies released in theaters on Pop Culture 2005 movies. Yeah, two movies released in theaters. The Boogeyman starring Barry Watson of TV's Seventh Heaven. Emily Duchesne from a TV show New Girl. Lucy Lawless from Xena Warrior Princess. And a movie called Wedding Date starring Deborah Messing of TV's Will and Grace. Dermot Mulroney, a young Amy Adams, and Holland Taylor. Okay. Okay, I got that. I think I got that covered right now. And I think I got that covered. Gonna go covered. Hold on, wait. 2015. Yeah, NXT. Okay, Carmelo with Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore defeated Emma by submission. Adrian Neville defeated Baron Corbin in the NXT number one contendership tournament semifinals match. Bayley defeated Becky Lynch. Finn Balor defeated Attilio Tommy in the NXT title number one contendership tournament semifinal. There was a little bit of dark match. Aaron Neville and Sami Zayn defeated Kevin Owens and Tyson Kidd by DQ. Okay, now let's go to February the 5th. Let's see, trying to see. Wrestling legend Luke Graham would have been. He was born in he would have been 85 today. Luke Graham. he was a great athlete. He was in AWA, CWA, WWE, WWF, which is now WWE. He was a good athlete. Madison Rain, she turns 39 today. And Felipe Ham Lee, he would have been, he was a Mexican wrestler. He would have been 93 years old today. He died on March 11, 2000, March 2nd, 2011. Now, on this day in 1964, at St. Louis house show promoted by NWA, Guy Mitchell and Ralph Barton fought in the draw. Dory Funk Jr. and Joe Tangaro defeated Bobby Geagle and Danny Punches in a 2 out of 3 falls tag match. Dick the Bruiser and John Paul Henning fought in the draw, no countout. Gene Kiniski defeated Moose Evans. Elo de Pablo defeated Bobby Graham. Luthez defeated Pat O'Connor in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NWA World Heavyweight title. Let's see, what else? Let's see what else. 1985. On 1985 on Primetime Wrestling. Yeah, on this day in 1985, the World Wrestling Federation, the WWE had several matches, including WWE Champion Hulk Hogan defeating IWGP Champion Tony Inoki. On this day. Yeah, Primetime Wrestling. Rick McGraw. There was some highlights hosted by Jack Reynolds and Jesse Bobby Ventura. Rick McGraw fought Rene Goulet in a 15-minute time limit draw. It's shown from November 10th, 1984 in Philadelphia Spectrum. Mike Rotunda, was IRS, defeated Johnny Rods from the airplane spin from the Philadelphia Spectrum 11 from the November 10th, 1984. Bruce the Barber Beefcake with Johnny Rods defeated Samula with a knee lift, shown from November 10th, 1984 at Philadelphia Expression. David Sammartino, son of Bruno Sammartino, defeated Charlie Fulton. The Tonga Kid defeated Moondog Spot. Blackjack Mulligan defeated Moondog Rex. Barry Windham defeated Jerry Valiant. And Andre the Defiant Giant fought Big John Studd, sub for Kamala, with body to bring him into a double countout at 8:20 when both men began brawling to the floor. Showing all highlights. Let's go. Yeah, okay. Now 1995 on WWF Wrestling Challenge. Bob Backlund defeated Raven Clark. Head Shrinker defeated David Tuttleman and Sonny Pruitt. Tatanka with Ted DiBiase pinning Matt Harding. Hakushi with Sinja pinning Sean Dakota. Duke Johnson pinning Barry Horowitz. Common defeated Charlie Hunton. Dalton the Clown with Doink pinning Greg Davis. Okay, on this day on WWF Action Zone, WWE Action Zone on USA Network, WWE Champion Kevin Nash, we know is Diesel, whose ring name was Diesel, this time defeated Owen Hart to retain the title. Duke Joseph defeated Barry Horowitz. Tatanka defeated Matt Hardy before he became Extreme. Doink the Clown defeated Greg Davis. Kama defeated Charlie Hunter, and Kokushi defeated Sean Dakota. Let's see, some WCW, any WCW. Oh wait, I forgot another piece of wrestling history got for February February the 4th. ECW double tables took place at in Philadelphia Arena in Philadelphia. 1,000 were in attendance. 2,200 in the arena. AKA ECW Arena, Asylum Arena, New Alabama Arena, Viking area. Jason the Terrible and the Pit Bulls defeated Hack Myers and Michael Ridley and Paul Loria. That's a 6-person tag match. Tommy Dreamer defeated Stevie Richards. Mikey Whipwreck defeated Paul Loria. Ian Ritten defeated Axel Rotten. Chris Benoit defeated Al Snow. Shane Douglas defeated Tully Blanchard. Cactus Jack defeated Sandman, Texas Death Match. Sabu Tasmanic defeated Johnny Grunge and Rocco Rock in a double tables tag match. ECW World Heavyweight title change. Let's go to now back to February 5th now. Got that taken care of that. Okay. WCW main event on this day. Dustin Rhodes defeated Bunkhouse Buck, and I think they were just showing highlights on this day and stuff like that on WCW main event. Now 2005 on ECW. On WWE Velocity. Okay, no dub matches from here on the WWE Velocity on this day in 2005. Just recap and stuff like that, and see what else 2005. Okay, see SmackDown, Thursday night SmackDown. Dolph Ziggler and Ryback defeated Goldust and Stardust. Dean Ambrose defeated Curtis Axel. Fandango with Rose Mendes defeated Anna Rose. Roman Reigns defeated The Miz. Rusev with Lana defeated Eric Rowan by submission. The Page defeated Alicia Fox by submission. Daniel Bryan defeated Jamie Noble and Joe Monkey and Seth Rollins in a 3-on-1 handicap match by submission. Okay, let's see what else I think I got. Have I got that all covered? Let's see. Yeah, I think I got it all covered. Yeah, I think I got that covered. I think I got it all covered for SmackDown 2015. So that's it for all my little review for all of you. My history and pop culture and everything. Now I got some closeout for all of you tonight. And oh wait, as well before I got close a little bit of music. I'm gonna close out the song. This song from 1995. It was the #1 hit called "Real" by Donna Arnold from the Specialist soundtrack, movie soundtrack, which stars Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, James Woods, Eric Roberts, and late Academy Award winner Rod Steiger. It's called "Real" from the movie The Specialist. And so as the late change, so I used to say, like dress up like Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown. Like again, in the hot tub, when you sweat gonna be dry, gonna be wet, referring to Eddie Murphy doing the impression on Saturday Night Live with James Brown in the '80s. Because I never grew up in the '80s. I saw vintage Saturday Night Live on Comedy Central when I was little. I was born in '88, but I didn't grow up in the '80s. And I saw vintage, old school Saturday Night Live on Comedy Central. So here's something to close out the show with tonight. From the Specialist soundtrack, "Real" by R&B single, #1 hit by Donna Allen. From the Specialist soundtrack, I'm gonna close that out with, for all of you tonight. So I hope all of you have a good night. Close out the show right quick. Music. A little bit of music. So I hope all of you have a good night. I'm the Godfather Soldiers Will Slimming. And here is something to close out the show with tonight called "Real" by Donna Allen from the Special soundtrack. I'm just the Godfather Soldiers Will Slimming. Hope all have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace. Peace.